Hey kids, it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Now, I've been making videos about riding motorcycles, reviewing them and so on for over 11 years here on YouTube, and in that time I've ridden some absolutely incredible bikes. I've even amassed a bit of my own collection as well. So the question I want to answer in this video today is, what if I had my time again? Suppose I had an empty garage, unlimited funds and unlimited space, which 10 new bikes would I buy today? Well, stick around, stay tuned, and I'll tell you. So welcome back to the channel, folks, and welcome to the top 10 new bikes that you can buy today. Now, I'm no expert, this is just my opinion. These are the top 10 bikes that are currently for sale brand new today that float my boat for some reason. So without further ado, let's do it in the old-fashioned way in reverse order. Right, well, I'm immediately blowing this video because I'm starting off at number 11. This is a bike that didn't quite make the top 10 because, well, there were 10 others that I prefer, but I just want to mention this bike. What is the bike I'm talking about? The Ducati Street Fighter V4S. What an incredible machine. I absolutely love it, but it comes in at £23,495, so it's quite an expensive bike. So that's kind of why it didn't quite make the top 10, even though I said unlimited funds and all that sort of thing. But there are other bikes that I'd rather, but I did want to mention it because it is a bike I absolutely loved. It's got 208 brake horsepower. It weighs 193 kilograms. It's just an absolutely incredible bike. I rode it ages ago, but I really loved it. It's one of those bikes, it's really weird. When I first saw the Street Fighter, I didn't think it was an attractive bike at all, but once I borrowed it, I got to know the bike. I really, I gelled with it, and I love that bike. It's got that beautiful V4 motor, and it really is, something special, as all Ducatis are. So that's number 11 on my list of the top 10 bikes you can buy brand new today. Okay, so on to number 10 on my list then, and no list of my bikes would be complete without an adventure bike on the list. This time though, it's not going to be the BMW GS, which it would have been in the past, because I absolutely love the old GS, not so keen on the new ones, although they are great bikes, they just wouldn't make my top 10 list. Instead, adventure bike wise, what I'd have would be the Ducati Multistrada V4S Grand Tour version. Absolutely lovely looking bike, I think. Again, it's just got that Ducati specialist, that exotica that I love. Loads of electronics, which isn't necessarily important to me, but it's got, all the latest stuff in there. It is an expensive beast. That comes in at £23,595. Just as well, it's a money no object list, this. And it is a beautiful bit of kit. And the reason I love it is, number one, it's got 170 brake horsepower, so it's like a sports bike on stilts. And then talking about stilts, these days, or for the 2025 model coming out, it now has automatic lowering, so for a shorty like me, it's also easier to get onto. So yeah, the Ducati Multistrada V4S Grand Tour makes number 10 on my list. Okay, on to number 9 on my list, and this is a bike that I haven't yet ridden, and in fact not many people have, because it's still not quite out, but it will be in 2025, and the bike I'm talking about is the Honda Hornet CB1000 SP. Now this looks an absolutely cracking bike. The SP comes in black and gold, which is always a winner for me. Anything with gold wheels I absolutely love. The amazing thing about this one is actually price-wise, the SP comes in at £9,999. Absolutely incredible price. 1000cc 4-cylinder engine. The engine is out of the old Fireblade from about, I don't know, 2017 or something. So it's going to be a quick bike, this. Something like 150 brake horsepower. It's going to be comfortable to ride. It's a Honda, so it's just going to work. I just love the idea of this bike. I love the looks of it, and it's great value for money as well. Not that it matters about value for money on this list, because it's a money no object one, but yeah, count me in for a Honda Hornet 1000 CB1000 SP. Right, number 8 on my list, yet more Italian exotica. This is one I rode quite recently. In fact, you may or may not have seen my review of this on the channel. It's the MV Agusta Enduro Veloce, another adventure bike, but this one has got that, again, that Italian specialness. I just really love the way this bike handled. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit unusual. You won't see too many of them around on the road, mainly because they cost £20,000. So it's an expensive bike, especially for a bike that's not that well spec'd in terms of electronics and so on, and it's not the most powerful, etc. And it's an MV Agusta, so you're going to take your life in your hands with regards to reliability, I guess. But it's 124 brake horsepower, 224 kilograms dry. But what I loved about the Enduro Veloce was just the way it handled. Incredible bike. And yeah, I think I'd like to make room in my unlimited size, unlimited budget garage for one of those. So, to number 7 on my list then, and no new garage of mine would be complete without a Triumph in it. And this time we're going from the very expensive end of the market to the cheaper end of the market, because this next bike is a great value for money bike, and it's the Triumph Scrambler 400X, which again I recently rode. Not sure if the review will be up yet by the time you see this video or not, but I really love that bike. In fact, I love both the new 400cc Triumph singles. Incredible motorcycles. The Scrambler 400X comes in at £5,795 on on the road. That's like a quarter of the price of that MV Agusta. It's just incredible. 179 kilograms, 398cc single cylinder, but really smooth, really refined, lovely bike, looks great, great fun to chuck around the lanes. Yeah, I'll definitely make room for one of those in my new garage. Okay, number 6 on my list then is the Suzuki GSX-8R. Now this is one of these new breed of parallel twins sports bikes, soft sports bikes if you like, but this particular one just really floated my boat. Number one, I think it looks lovely, with the exception maybe of the front headlights on it, but it does look a beautiful quality bike, and it rode just lovely. It's comfortable. I love sports bikes, and there'd be no garage of mine really would be complete without a sports bike, so I think you've got to have one in there. But this one, being a soft sports bike, for somebody like me who's not a track day god or particularly young and particularly flexible anymore, this is quite comfortable to ride, and it looks great as well. It's also great value. So the GSX-8R comes in at £8,899. It's a 776cc parallel twin, 82 brake horsepower, 205 kilograms wet, the key stats, and yeah, I'll definitely have one of those in the new garage. Right, to number 5, and that is another Triumph in my new bike garage. This is the Triumph Street Triple R. Now, I've owned a Street Triple for years. I had a 2012 Street Triple, and I had it for about 8 or 9 years. I sold it a couple of years ago. Do miss that bike. Triple cylinder engine, sounded and rode awesome. Lovely bike, handles amazing. And the new Street Triples are also absolutely brilliant. I'll probably go for the R over the RS because, well, to be honest, I couldn't much tell the difference between the likes of the upgraded suspension and the brakes on the RS, and also it's a little bit harsh to ride on the bumpy roads around here compared to the R. I'm sure you could adjust the suspension and probably make it right, but I also quite like the looks of the R in terms of the dash on it. I actually prefer the dash on the R over the RS. I do like the RS yellow colour scheme. That would be my favourite, but if I'm going to go for the R, I'll have the Baja orange version, but if we're going to go for the RS, I'll have the yellow. Anyway, one of those two bikes, probably the R, maybe the RS, depending on how flush I felt. But yeah, the Street Triple, what an amazing bike, and you've got to have a triple in the garage, haven't you? And another Triumph as well, so that's a bonus. Right, next up, and this is number 4 on my list, is yet another Ducati, believe it or not. This one is the Ducati Monster SP. What a beautiful bike. I really, really love that. Comes in at £14,295, so quite pricey for a bike of that type, I guess. 111 brake horsepower, 937cc, and of course the Ducati Twin as well. Sounded absolutely lovely. Something about the Monster just got under my skin when I borrowed it. I love the looks of it. It looks modern. It's not really a retro bike. It's got enough electronics, but not too much. You know, that it goes overboard. It's easy to ride. It was lovely and light. That's what I liked about it. Really agile feeling bike, and you don't see that many of them around. I really like the Ducati Monster, and yeah, number 4 on my list. I think I'll make space for that in the new garage. Right, on to number 3 on the list then. We're getting to the serious stuff. Now, I've already got a triple on the list, but I'm going to go for another and add what I think I said was my bike of the year this year, and that is the Yamaha MT-09 SP. Again, absolutely incredible bike. Now, I quite like the looks of it now. They've made some styling changes, and it's acceptable. I wouldn't say it's a beautiful looking bike, but I could live with the looks of it. But £11,806 is what it comes in at, so pretty good value. 117 brake horsepower, triple cylinder, the CP3 motor, which is an absolute gem, one of the best motorbike engines out there at the moment, and 194 kilograms. I really, really enjoyed riding the MT-09 SP, and well, it's critically acclaimed everywhere. It's very tough to decide between that and the Street Triple. They're both beautiful bikes, so, you know, money and space unlimited. Let's have one of each. Right, number 2 on the best new bikes that you can buy at the end of 2024 list that I'm doing. Anyway, and that is one that luckily I already own, the Kawasaki Z900 RS. What an absolutely beautiful bike. I've had a bit of a weird relationship with this one. I really loved the Z900 when I first rode one a few years back when they first came out. And then I bought this one, and then I was a little bit unsure as to whether I was going to like it. I then changed the header pipes on this and just gave the bike a bit more character, and now I absolutely love it. I love the fact that it's a 4-cylinder. It sounds amazing. It's beautifully smooth. I think it looks incredible, and it rides lovely. And again, it being a Kawasaki, it just works. It's reliable. It's a thing of beauty. Whenever I go out on the bike, people love it, and I would definitely buy another one of these. If you're going to get the new ones, then the Z900 RS in green comes in at £12,099, and that I think it's a 2025 model year colour scheme, the green. It's got a lovely green flake where this has got the black, and it really is a lovely thing. 110 brake horsepower, 948cc, and yeah, I'd have another one of these in my new garage for sure. All right, to number 1 on my list of the new bikes I would definitely buy if I was stocking up a brand new garage. Money no object, space no object, and that is the trusty Honda Goldwing. What an absolutely incredible bike. Now, it's really only good for one purpose, and that is long distance touring two up. I recently returned from a tour of Europe on this bike with my missus on the back, and I really gelled with the bike over that period. It's a beautiful thing. It's eye-wateringly expensive. If you want to buy one of these now, this is the Honda Goldwing DCT Tour. It'll cost you £32,849. But for that, you get a 390 kilograms behemoth. Sounds ridiculously heavy, but actually, thanks to forward and reverse creep modes, it's very easy to live with. 1833cc, 170 newton meters of torque at just 4,500 RPM out of the silky smooth six-cylinder engine. It is an absolute beast. I absolutely love it, and 100% I'd buy another Honda Goldwing for my new garage. So there we go, that's my sort of cream of the current crop, if you like. At the time of recording, which is the 21st of October 2024, those are the top 10, well okay, maybe 11 brand new bikes that you can buy that I would have if I was stocking up a new garage. Of course, if you're watching this later than the 21st of October, which you will be, and there's loads of new bikes coming out at the moment, there might be something else on the market. So maybe I'll do another little update on one of these videos in due course, but that's the state of play at the moment. Now, it is just worth saying that the bikes that I've highlighted in this video are all brand new bikes, and if I were actually to sell all my bikes and restock my garage, I wouldn't necessarily fill it with brand new bikes, because there are, of course, used, second-hand, older bikes that are still absolutely brilliant out there, and I'd probably have some of those in the garage too, so maybe that's the subject of a future video. All right, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed that, and love to know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my list. Do love reading your comments, and I'll try and respond to as many as I can. If you've not been to the channel before, do think about hitting the subscribe button. I don't just do bits and pieces here in the garage, but I also do bike reviews, trips and tours at home and abroad, monthly bike news, basically you name it, I'll try and cover it here on the Mr. Fly. It'd be great to have you along next time. All right, that's it for now. Look forward to speaking to you again soon. Until then, this has been the Mr. Fly. Cheerio.